Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like button. So today we're going to focus on getting rid of any aches, tightness. I am currently exactly 19 weeks today, so I'm starting to feel a little tight in my lower back and also my upper body. So we're going to focus on really opening up through those areas. Please don't forget to check my do's and don't videos and ask your doctor before you start my program. All right, mamas, let's go ahead and get started in a seated position just like this. Feel free to sit on a block or two. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips, sitting up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and just start to roll your head side to side, getting that nice release and tension through your neck. So if your first time, this is your first pregnancy, you'll start to notice hunching a lot, maybe getting a little discomfort through the shoulders, through the upper back. So stretching into the neck is going to really help you feel released and open. And then begin to make big circles through your neck, going one direction first, then switch directions here. Good. Come back to center, roll out your shoulders. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Bend your elbow, right palm behind your neck. Left hand on top of right elbow and guide your right elbow behind your head as best as you can. You're going to feel your upper back arching. So see if you could redraw your tailbone down, tucking the tailbone, keeping your front ribs in. Good. From here, release your left fingertips next to your left hip and take a nice side body stretch, pointing your right elbow up towards the ceiling, then over to the left. Keep your right sit bone grounded. Inhale, reach your chest back to center, release your arms, roll out your shoulders. Good. Same thing on the other side. Left hand behind your neck. Press your left fingertips down your back without opening up the chest. So be very mindful of your lower back. Belly draws in, core stays engaged. Release your right fingertips next to your right hip. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, lateral stretch. Maybe gaze past your left elbow, chin away from your chest, and peel your left shoulder slightly back. Inhale, come back to center, release your left arm, roll out your shoulders. Good. Let's go ahead and cross the opposite ankle on top to find some balance here. Make sure both sit bones are firmly grounded. Eagle arms, right arm underneath the left. Back of the hands to touch or palms to touch. Inhale, lift your elbows up towards the ceiling for your cow pose. And as you exhale, draw your elbows in towards your chest for your cat pose. Seated cow and cat 2 more times on your own. Moving breath to movement, nice and slow, no rush. Keep pressing your forearms away from your chest, elbows away from your heart. Come back to center, twist over to the right. Keep pressing your forearms away from your face. Twist over to the left, hands away from your face. One more time, each side rather. Keep the shoulders down, both sit bones grounded, just warming up through the spine. Come back to center and release. Roll out your shoulders, other side. Left arm underneath your right. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. This time, twist over to the left, then over to the right. One more each side. Good. Come back to center. Release your arms. This time, bring your fingertips on top of your shoulders. Make big circles with your elbows. Go the other direction. Shake out your hands, shake out your wrists, and let's meet in downward facing dog. So depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, feel free to bring your feet as wide as you need to bring space for your belly. Otherwise, feet always hip width, distance apart. Feel free to bend your knees. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Keep your spine lengthened. Inhale. Hold here on your exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Runner's lunge. Left knee stays lifted. Feel free to scoot that left leg further back. Really straighten out through the left leg. Lift your chest. Focus on an upward facing dog heart. From here, sway your hips forward and back. Get into the hips, into your hamstrings, glutes, inner thighs, keeping the chest open. Come back to center. Drop your left knee. Walk your right foot maybe between your thumbs. Otherwise, again, depending how far you are along with your pregnancy, keep your runner's lunge legs. So on your inhale, come up to crescent moon. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. And exhale, lateral stretch over to the right. To find your balance, keep your hips active by squeezing your inner thighs in. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, plant your palms, lift your left knee, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, relax your head. Feel free to pedal at your knees. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, runner's lunge on the left side. Make any subtle adjustments. Keep your left knee over left hip, shoulders over hands, and create some movements here. Get into those hips. Find stillness. Drop your right knee. Either hold here in your runner's lunge. Otherwise, low lunge. Inhale. Lift your arms. Lift your chest. Grab your right wrist. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Lean over to the left. Keep hugging your outer glutes in. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale. Walk your feet behind your wrist. Again, depending how far along you are in your pregnancy, feel free to widen your stance as deep as you need. So you always want to make room between your legs. Feel free to keep your knees bent. Rock forward and back, maybe side to side. Wiggle at your hips. really good for the lower back here. So sciatica, low back pain is one of the most common aches in pregnancy. This is one of the great poses to help you stretch and release those areas. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on top of your shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right, maybe to the outside of your right foot. Then slightly press your hips over to the left. Again, feel free to bend your knees. Come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Press your hips over to the right. You should feel a nice stretch into the side body. Come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your forward fold. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. And press your palms up and over your head. Let the shoulders relax, opening up by itself here. Breathing. Keeping your hands interlaced. Inhale, rise all the way up to a standing position. Go as slowly as you need. Then once you're up in a standing position, inhale, reach your chest up. And exhale, baby back bend. Roll your shoulder heads back. Press your fist down towards the floor. Inhale, come up to standing. Release your arms. Roll out your shoulders. Good. Right away, tuck your tailbone. Relax the shoulders. Open your chest. And release your arms to your side. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side stretch to your right. Drop your right arm, left arm up and over. Keep your shoulders and hips squared. Inhale, reach up, back to center. Exhale, over to your left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, easy twist. Open your arms and twist from your shoulders through your upper back. Be very mindful of keeping your hips squared. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist over to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, back bend. Open your elbows, tailbone stays tucked. Lean your chest back. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot way back into your second runner's lunge. This time, drop to your left knee. Option to drop to your forearms. You could use your blocks underneath your forearms here. And rather than creating a back bend, this time, keep your head relaxed. Slight rounding through the upper back is okay. I always like to create some movements by swaying my hips side to side here. Do what feels good for you, especially now, honoring your body, honoring your baby. Come back onto your hands. Straighten your right leg for your half splits. Walk your hands back so they're underneath your shoulders. Keep your right toes pointing straight up. Breathe into your hamstrings. Rebend your right knee. Walk your hands forward. Lift your left knee. Hop your left foot slightly forward And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand for your first frog pose, Malasana. Feel free to sit on a block or two, hands maybe to heart center. Sit up as tall as you can. Open your knees, breathe into your hips. Feel free to close your eyes, find some stillness, find some relaxation. Gently blink your eyes open, release your hands to the floor, straighten your legs, forward fold. Walk your feet as wide as you need, maybe hip width distance apart or closer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge to the other side. Step your right foot way back, left foot to the outside of your left hand, and drop your right knee. Take whatever you did on the other side to find some balance. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Come back onto your hands, straighten your left leg, half splits. Few breaths here, keep your hips squared. All right, mamas, let's meet back in our second frog pose. Take your time to meet me towards the top of the mat. Option again to close your eyes, find some stillness, find the release through your hips, lower back. If you like, maybe add some upper body stretch here by opening up your arms, finding a nice spinal, gentle twist. Maybe a bind if that's in your practice. Other side, if you're taking an upper body stretch here. Come back to center, drop down onto your sit bones, and we'll finish off with some seated positions. Let's straighten out your legs, scoot your sit bones back. Again, anytime you're folding, you want to create some space for your belly. So keep your feet as wide as you need. Let's take our first seated forward folds. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge from your hips. So you'll start to notice if you're compressing too much. Notice the quality of your breath. You want to keep your breath nice, slow, and long. You should feel no compression in the stomach. Come back to center, walk your feet in, bend your knees, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh, seated figure 4. Feel free to deepen the stretch by walking your left heel in. Maybe walking your hands in, lifting your chest. Keep your right ankle on top of thigh. Drop your left leg and grab your right foot around your left arm. Right arm wraps around the right thigh. Interlace your fingers. Sway your right leg side to side. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Release your right foot down. And let's do the other side. Feel free to shake it out. Bend both knees, left ankle on top of right thigh. Seated figure 4. Drop your right leg down. Hug your left shin into your chest. It's kind of like you're rocking a baby here. Good. Release your left leg. Bend both knees once again. Walk your hands behind you. So I like to keep my fingers pointing forward. As you inhale, roll the shoulder heads back, straighten the arms, open the chest. Slightly drawing the shoulder blades in and pressing the upper back into your chest. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your elbows, release. Second set, feel free to lift your hips for reverse tabletop. Otherwise, same thing here. Inhale, lift your chest, straighten your arms, and take your variation. If you lifted your hips, try to bring your thighs parallel to the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Good. Nice big stretch into the shoulders here. Ooh, go ahead and roll them out here. All right, mamas, let's come into our Supta Baddha legs to close out our practice. Soles of our feet to touch. Walk your feet away from your pelvis. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over. So this is how we'll close our practice. Feel free to grab a block and place it on top of your feet to relax your forehead. Otherwise, relax your forehead on top of your hands. Breathe into those hips. Get that nice stretch into your lower back. Thank you so much for joining me today for our prenatal yoga class. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedbacks, please leave one below. We'll see you guys next time. Namaste.